All right, we are back after a 1 week absence. It's Shorter in Person here with my man Handsome Shrek.
Hello, hello. Shorter in person here had a 1 week quarantine. He was talking too much shit.
Yeah, see,
we had to put him back over there real quick.
with to calm me down because apparently I talk way too much shit. So we had to calm me down, send me home for a couple days, get a test, which was much easier and not as bad as I had been hearing.
So not a brain scrape.
We did not get the brain scrape, the nasal swab, I guess is what it's called. We did essentially what you would do for a strep test. Just the back of your throat with a Q-tip and easy peasy. I was in and out in, I'd say 8 minutes, maybe.
How about that?
So it was easy. Results took 5.5 days to get back, which is kind of funky, but I don't know, man. Depends on where you go, what time you go. I heard if you go down to the convention center, you can get them back the next day, but some people are taking 7 to 10 days.
Well, I tell you what, at least we're fortunate enough that it's not like the NBA.
Yes. That would suck.
That would be awful. Taking appointments starting in September.
DMV, NBA, whatever the hell you want to call it, I don't know why. It's not a new organization. It's not something that isn't in business every day of the week except Sunday. Why is it such a hassle to get things done there? It almost seems like it's on purpose. But what's the purpose? It doesn't even make sense.
No idea. You would almost think, like, okay, let's think of it pre-COVID, how long things took, and how you gotta wait, you make an appointment, they call your number. Basically, they were already doing COVID protocols before
right.
COVID, and somehow they got worse. They're like, oh shit, everyone's our level now. What can we do to make this even slower?
How can we slow this down?
Oh,
I've never been able to understand. I just had to go actually a couple months ago to get the new license, the
new Real ID.
Yeah, the new Real ID. Now it's so weird because I had the Real ID for like 2 years or something, and then it was like, well, yeah, you got it, but you got to bring us a little bit more information
just to make sure it's still you.
Yeah, so
really real.
So bring this, bring that, bring this, bring that. So I think I took 2 or 3 pieces of identification mail
keep things above
with
the belt.
me. Took it, and then so they make you take a picture, and then they fucking charge you for it. But I'm like, why are you charging me? I didn't ask for the new license. what the hell's going on here?
Like, well, we wanted more money in our system, so that's why we sent you this notification to come and give us some more money.
It's the most ridiculous thing ever. So, but we got it done, and shit. At the end of the day, I guess that's all that really matters, right?
Yep, that's all that really matters.
But yeah. So what's up with you?
Nothing much. Got myself a nice little haircut.
I see it. It is beautiful, by the way. If you kids can see this,
it is glorious. It is the COVID haircut. You'll notice this period in time is going to be marked by all the different haircuts everyone's going to have coming out of this. Yeah.
I got a haircut as well, and also shaved this beard down a little bit. I had to get it to some sort of semblance of being
of normal.
Yeah, of normalcy, because it was out of hand.
It was unruly, one might say.
Yes, everyone might say it was terrible. But so along with that, the other thing that we're looking at getting into is to get the health back on track. We've with the quarantine for 3 months, and then trying to get back into a good rhythm. We continue to workouts every day, of course, but there was some times of just being bad. When Duncan is calling, You gotta
Somebody's gonna
answer.
it. And they gotta answer the call.
So my D&D diet, my donuts and Doritos diet, kind of.
Doritos before or after the donuts, or the same time?
It's after. So I'm a sweet and salt, but I like the sweets first, and then it kind of brings in the salt afterwards. So,
Okay.
but we're gonna do the best we can over these next couple months to get back to where we were prior to.
Prior to
what?
Prior to getting fat.
Yeah, prior to be a fat ass.
Oh shit.
So that's what the goals are coming up here for the end of summer, heading into fall and ultimately into winter and everything. So
Today's a special day.
Is it?
Yeah. Baseball.
Ah, yes. Baseball is back.
Baseball
Let's go O's.
Back. Where the hell are the O's starting off?
I actually have no idea. I am. I've just been out of it with a lot of the sports, mainly because there haven't been any.
Well,
but
speaking of which,
mm-hmm.
Did you also notice, like, even when you just kind of catch glimpses of certain sports, of like how weird they are now?
Yeah, with no fans.
No fans. Well, I was watching yesterday. I was getting my hair cut. They had boxing on TV. Is there any reason they switched it from 12 rounds to 8 rounds of boxing?
No, but that's what happened.
That both the boxing matches that they had back to back, like the end of the one and the start of another one, were 8-round matches.
Weird. I did just see
bouts or whatever you want to call it.
Yes. Say it right.
Sorry, I apologize.
I did see an advertisement just now that Mike Tyson is going to fight Roy Jones Jr. in an 8-round exhibition.
With
fight.
What, walkers?
Oh, well, one's 54 and one's 51. So if they don't have walkers before the fight, they might have some after. I
don't know. Mike has got to be the winner though, hands down.
Yeah, I'm not even 100% sure they're in the same weight class. So that would just seems odd. But maybe that's why it's an exhibition and not a sanctioned bout.
Man.
But
I think Mike still has it. He has that punch.
I mean, have you seen him practicing and training, getting ready? Oh man,
scary. That's a scary dude.
Yeah,
that is a scary dude right there. One of the most feared dudes I would say in the ring.
Yeah. So that's interesting, but like you said, sports are just, I've watched a few NASCAR races with no fans and empty.
How weird is it that golf is so silent?
Silence on top of silence.
You can actually hear birds now.
Yeah, and I've watched some soccer, and again, I think they've done things where they've put or where they have cardboard cutouts of fans. And lacrosse, the MLL has been going on all week. They'll have their championship game this weekend. They've actually been playing down at the Naval Academy. And then the PLL is going to start this weekend, and they're going to play, I think, for 11 days or something like that. So it's a lot of weird stuff going on. But what the PLL had was you could order a cardboard cutout of yourself, and they're going to put those cardboard cutouts in the stands and make it look like it's fans there. So
awesome.
so you could do it of yourself if you wanted to. So I thought that was pretty cool.
That is cool.
But other than that, so I know basketball is getting ready to start their thing. They have a nice bubble where the players are in. So they're getting ready to start their thing. But as far as baseball is concerned, so you say it starts today.
Today.
So I'll have to take your word for it. But I don't know where they're playing, when they're playing, or any of that stuff.
So part of the way they're doing it is they're pretty much keeping it. Everyone's playing in their divisions. It's going to be trimmed down to a 60-game
season. Okay.
60-game season, and when you play the National League and American League, they play NL East and AL East play, so the travels the minimized distance.
That makes sense.
So that's how they're going to go about doing it, and it's going to be the biggest asterisk next to a Baltimore Oriole World Series
World champions,
World
baby.
Champs.
Woo!
What did they say in baseball? Like in terms of records and games. What did they say?
Isn't it like the pre-steroid era and post-steroid?
No, well, I'm
era?
saying in terms of wins and losses. Do you know what they say?
No.
They say you win 60 games, you lose 60 games. That's the universal standard. It's what you do with the other 42 that determine how your season goes.
Makes sense.
Outside of 2 instances, one of which being the Orioles that didn't win 60 games in one of the seasons, that holds true across the board because you got 81 home, 81 away.
Right.
So with this abbreviated season, I mean, really, what's baseball? Baseball is
Boring as
longevity.
hell.
Whoa! Dude, that is America's...
Speaking as a dad who has to sit through the baseball games, that's why I say that. Please, no one take offense. Or take offense, I don't care.
Anyone who thinks baseball is boring, pick a team, root for them. And when they finally have a playoff game, go to a playoff game. And you will find that it is the most electrifying event where you're on the edge of your seat every single pitch. One pitch can end it.
Every single pitch?
Every single pitch.
I wouldn't say that. Are you serious?
Every pitch.
Are you serious?
Every pitch.
The third pitch of the first inning is
If
you're on the edge of your seat.
You hit home run.
You haven't even sat down yet. Be honest.
Well, in the playoff
7:05
game,
start.
Playoff game.
Oh, you're talking about playoffs.
Playoffs.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Now,
I'll give you playoffs.
Now, with this abbreviated season, I tell you
Every
what,
game is a playoff.
Every game is a playoff,
Right?
Because that's what I'm talking about. Baseball's longevity. Like you have a couple teams out there with say one ace, and they go, well, we gotta make sure he can pitch for us all season long, and then somehow make it, and he's got to be healthy and top of his game if we're in the playoffs.
Right.
Well, now we have a 60-game season. Hell, I mean, you go ahead and this is like the post era of the new playoff strategy, where everyone before had the agreed upon like a closer will only come in to close out the game.
Right.
Which thank you, Buck, for being the proof concept the other way that leaving Jimenez in there and not putting in the best closer in the game to win a playoff game.
Whew.
Just bringing up bad stuff, but
Bad Orioles stuff. Yes.
But he paved the way for the rest of that entire playoffs. The other teams were like, "Well, we
ain't doing that dumb shit.
That's dumb. We're gonna. It's 7th inning. Oh, it's close. Bring in the closer."
Yeah.
So you're gonna see your ace pitchers who are pitching a 1-hit game play a whole game. Go 9 innings. Go ahead and just run with it.
Well, what's that other thing that they were starting here recently in the last season, 2 seasons, where they've had starters
come in and close?
No, well, the other way. So they had guys who would start, and okay, you're only going to pitch 3 innings. So kind of like they do it on the back end, the relief guys pitch. Yeah. You know, is that something that you think is gonna catch on and be a thing, or is that just a as needed basis? So when you have that double header on a Sunday because of a rain out or something.
I think you're going to see that more often with teams with shitty pitching.
So Orioles.
Well, usually everybody has one good pitcher. What I'm saying,
the ace.
The ace of that team. Yeah. But what I'm saying is you're going to see some Nolan Ryan type era stuff come back. This may be paved the way to actually have legitimate 9-inning starting pitchers, like what we saw at the tail end of like the Mike Mussinas and
well, do you think that's going to happen?
The
because
Pedro Martinez's.
Don't they typically have pitches on like a pitch count? So if you go past that pitch count, let me take you out.
That's what I'm saying. The pitch count. Why? What's so important about this pitch count? They're talking.
I have no idea.
Well, they're talking.
Probably those juiced baseballs are fucking up shoulders.
Oh, yeah, that's exactly what's going on. No, but you're talking, because again, it goes to all these stupid analytics. Well, you see, if we get a starting pitcher and he pitches twice a week and he throws 200 pitches every week, then they look, oh man, he pitched this many pitches for the entire season and the playoffs. It's like, well, now we got 60 games we got to worry about. Go ahead and pitch your entire ass off.
Get crazy. Because it's a shortened.
It's a shortened season, and what I think they're gonna find out is these pitchers that they're trying to protect, because it's that Tommy John era when everyone's throwing all these nasty curveballs and everyone's getting these elbow injuries. Well, we got to limit pitch count, so we limit the amount of exposure. No, what you're going to see is the more that these guys can go ahead and pitch complete games, you're going to see that they're not going from hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold. You're letting one guy get warm, stay warm, and play warm the entire game rather than have 3 or 4 or 5 guys coming in cold and just getting warmed up and then getting pulled out for another cold guy.
Right.
So I think you're going to see this is going to set up the following season to have guys going the distance again.
I'm liking your theory on this, and this might make baseball unboring.
Let's make baseball great again.
Make baseball great again. I like it.
MBGA.
Definitely the name of the podcast.
Absolutely. Now, what do they say? It's America's pastime.
It is.
Well, it's going to be America's future.
And on that note, we are out of here. Tell them good night, Handsome Shrek.
Good night, Handsome Shrek.
Good night, everyone.